Democrats and Republicans are exchanging some angry words over the 2010 census. The survey is politically important because of its impact on federal funding and voting districts. Its supervision will apparently be taken away from the president's pick for Commerce Secretary, Republican Judd Gregg, and transferred to the White House. Chief Washington correspondent Jim Engel explains.
President Obama depicted his nomination of Republican Senator Judd Gregg as a gesture of bipartisanship, one that was not appreciated by some Democrats who insist Gregg be relieved of any role in overseeing the next U.S. Census.
I do know that the Congressional Black Caucus and the Latino Caucus in Congress was very concerned about Senator Gregg's appointment because in his youth, he calls it his crazy youth, he voted to abolish the Commerce Department.
Though the president seems to have no reservations about Gregg, Black and Latino lawmakers do because he also once opposed additional funding for the census. More recently, the democratically controlled Congress has cut funding for the census, but lawmakers such as Representative Barbara Lee reportedly yelled at a White House official until he agreed that Gregg would not be left in charge of it. The census is critical in that it determines how many representatives each state gets in Congress and the Electoral College, and even determines where massive amounts of federal funds go for the next decade. The Obama administration says the White House wants a bigger role in the census and issued a statement saying from the first days of the transition, the census has been a priority for the president and a process he wanted to reevaluate. Officials could not say what exactly Mr. Obama wants to reevaluate, but one analyst has an idea.
The Obama administration has been very active on the Hill, going to offices that are part of the infrastructure to appropriate money to the census and arguing the case for statistical sampling.
Which means estimating the number of people in areas where people are hard to count, such as transients, even illegal aliens. This is an extremely controversial notion.
Every former director of the census, except one, and that's President Clinton's director, has formally come out and said that's a very bad idea, and that stretches back even into the Kennedy era.
Republicans feel the same way and smell politics in the move.
To shift it to the White House, to me, just politicizes the census.
It just tells me that the census, the counting of the population of the United States, is going to be politicized.
That fear is reinforced by Mr. Obama's remarks on his first Commerce nominee, Democrat Bill Richardson, who dropped out and seems slated for full control of the census as Mr. Obama praised his talents.
And will be key to his work on the critical functions of the Commerce Department, from administering our census and monitoring our climate to protecting our intellectual property.
There's another problem with estimates. The Constitution specifies the census be, quote, actual enumeration, not estimates. So any move to use estimates would surely bring a constitutional challenge and possible delays. Brent?
Interesting story, and we will follow it. Jim, thanks.